Critical thinking is not just a skill. It is a way of life. It is the lens through which we see the world clearly, beyond illusions and biases. It is the ability to question, to analyze, to seek truth instead of blindly accepting what is presented to us. Yet, in a world flooded with information, most people do not think critically. They react, they assume, they follow. But those who master critical thinking, they lead, they innovate, they rise above. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast ocean, waves crashing against the shore, each wave representing an idea, an opinion, a belief. Some waves are gentle, others are powerful, trying to pull you in. Without critical thinking, you are at the mercy of these waves, being tossed around by emotions, manipulated by others, lost in the vastness of misinformation. But with critical thinking, you become the captain of your ship, navigating through the storm with clarity, purpose, and confidence. At its core, critical thinking is the art of asking the right questions. It is not about rejecting everything, it is about understanding deeply. Why do I believe what I believe? What is the evidence? Is there another perspective I haven't considered? When you start asking these questions, you begin to see beyond the surface. You break free from the chains of assumptions and conditioned thinking. But this is not easy. It requires courage. It requires humility. Because thinking critically often means accepting that you were wrong. It means challenging deeply held beliefs. It means stepping into uncertainty and being comfortable with not having all the answers. Most people avoid this because it is uncomfortable. They prefer the illusion of certainty. But growth, true growth, only happens in the discomfort of questioning. Look around you. Every great thinker, every great leader, every innovator, Einstein, Da Vinci, Tesla, Marie Curie, Aristotle, what did they have in common? They refused to accept things at face value. They questioned, they explored, they thought deeply. The world called them crazy at first, but eventually the world caught up. Because the power of critical thinking is that it allows you to see what others cannot. It makes you a pioneer of ideas. But let's be clear, critical thinking is not about being negative or skeptical about everything. It is about being objective. It is about balancing skepticism with open-mindedness. A true critical thinker does not reject new ideas just because they are new, nor do they accept them blindly because they are popular. They evaluate. They seek evidence. They think for themselves. And this is where emotions come into play. Emotions are powerful. They can inspire us, but they can also deceive us. Fear, anger, excitement. These emotions shape our decisions, often without us realizing it. But a critical thinker recognizes this. They do not suppress their emotions, but they do not let emotions control their judgment. They take a step back. They analyze. They ask, am I reacting emotionally or am I thinking rationally? One of the biggest enemies of critical thinking is confirmation bias, the tendency to seek out information that supports what we already believe and ignore anything that challenges it. This is why so many people stay stuck in their views, never growing, never evolving. But if you truly want to think critically, you must be willing to challenge yourself. Read books that go against your beliefs. Have conversations with people who see the world differently. Be open to being wrong, because that is how you get closer to the truth. And let's talk about the role of media, the internet, social platforms. We live in an age of algorithms that feed us exactly what we want to see, reinforcing our existing beliefs. If you only consume one type of content, if you never question the sources, if you never dig deeper, you are not thinking critically. You are being programmed. Break free from the echo chambers. Diversify your sources. Seek truth, not just validation. Critical thinking is not just for intellectuals or philosophers. It is for everyone. It affects every aspect of life. How you make decisions, how you solve problems, how you interact with others, how you shape your future. Every choice you make is either leading you toward clarity or confusion. The better you think, the better you live. So, how do you develop this skill? Start today. Start now. Question everything, not in a cynical way, but in a curious way. When you hear something, ask yourself, how do I know this is true? What is the evidence? What are the alternative viewpoints? Train your mind to seek clarity over comfort. Practice reflection. At the end of each day, ask yourself, what did I believe today without questioning? Where could I have been more open-minded? What assumptions did I make? Write it down. Make it a habit. Because thinking critically is not something you do once. It is a lifelong practice. And finally, surround yourself with people who challenge your thinking. Engage in discussions that stretch your mind. Seek out those who inspire you to think deeper, who encourage you to question, who push you beyond your intellectual comfort zone. Because the more you expose yourself to different perspectives, the sharper your thinking becomes. This world does not need more people who blindly follow. It needs more thinkers, more questioners, more seekers of truth. It needs people who refuse to be manipulated, who stand strong in their ability to think for themselves. That person can be you. It starts with a choice, the choice to think.